Hello, everybody, and welcome to What's Up in the Northland with me, Chair. Okay, so it's time for another episode of What's Up in the Northland. And as you know, during each of these episodes, what we do is we dive into the UFO reports that we've gotten over the last month. And we are also going to revisit recent investigations and share what evidence has been discovered. So those that we haven't closed out before, that are closed out now, you're going to get the info on that. So sit back, relax, keep your mind open, and let's see what's up in the Northland. All right, so we're going to begin with a couple of updates, or at least one update. This one happened in March of 2025, around 6 o'clock in the evening in Aurora, Minnesota. Bill was on this one. Let's see, the witness came racing, or the wife came racing into the house yelling at me to grab my camera and hurry. So those are pictures of what he took, but let's see what he has here at the end. So this is Bill's investigative summary. It says, upon being summoned by his wife to come outside and observe something in the sky, he saw something that he can't explain. He said there was about 9 to 12 orbs moving southwest from his location without making any noise. The orbs then merged together to become two larger liquidy-looking objects, and after traveling slowly at first, they then took off as rapidly as streaks of light. Witness stated that he wasn't scared, more like awestruck. His wife and son observed the same circumstances but had nothing to add. So Bill is writing this one off as unknown other. Good job, Bill. New cases. There have been 2 new North Dakota cases and 5 new northern Minnesota cases since our August meeting. Now, to caveat that, the 2 North Dakota cases was actually 3 North Dakota cases, but 2 of them were from the same witness, so we just combined those into one. So let's see what's going on in North Dakota. Okay, so this one happened August 27th, 2025 at about 8:41 in the evening. This is near Herdsfield, North Dakota, and I was the investigator on this one. The short description reads, balls of fire going in different directions, upwards, straight downwards, and appeared to come back. Witness summary reads, weird things in the sky. It looks like fire, one going straight and one defending, another thing as well that looked like a random dot in the sky. Well, I have completed this one. I have tried to get a hold of the witness. 3 attempts as normal for MUFON. After 3 attempts, we don't want to badger anybody, so we give up at that point, just do the best we can. I have come up with this being, actually, well, we got a couple of videos. Let's take a look at the videos before I tell you what I had here. So this is the first video, and you can see it over here, at least one of them, and another one down here. And it was a real quick video, 2 seconds. This one's about 10 seconds long, so let's take a look at this one. Those are the same 2 objects. There's another object over there. And that's it. So I have here in progress. It's actually completed. I completed this one with the case disposition of IFO, identified flying object. These are aircraft, contrails specifically. There's about 3 or 4 Alaska airline flights in that general direction. And I just tried to figure out where the heck this person was. Then I kind of guess it looks like they're looking towards the west. So I kind of had to guess at what direction they were looking at. But I come up with several Alaska airline aircraft above 30,000 feet. And there was another airline. I don't remember exactly what it was, but aircraft contrails lit up by the setting sun. So identified. Okay, this one happened in 1775, and this is the one that I said that there was actually 3. This is the 2 that's combined into 1. This happened in Strasburg, North Dakota. I was the investigator on this one, and also Dev Rooney, who is the Northern California State Director for MUFON. And she actually started with this, and we'll get into why that happened here on the next slide. So anyhow, the short description is I was abducted in August of 1975 on my uncle's farm in North Dakota. The summary reads, it was about 7 in the morning on his farm, beautiful, bright, sunny day. I was hunting gophers, and all I can remember is I was picking up a gopher I closed my eyes, and when I opened them, I found myself laying in the dirt on my right side in the fetal position like I was praying. I laid there for a few minutes to gather my thoughts and figure out what just happened and where did the sun go. I picked myself up off the dirt, looked around, saw a very dim light, and just kept running and walking towards it for about 45 minutes. So this person was out on his uncle's farm, not that far away from the house. 7 o'clock in the morning, closed his eyes. Next thing you know, he's waking up on the ground. It's evening time. The sun's already set, so it had to have been late. The lights that he saw that he was running and walking towards was actually the farmhouse. So this is why it was in two different places here, so or why Dev did it before I did it. So it's a historical case. It's an ERT, which is the Experiencer Resource Team case. We're not supposed to talk about them. However, this is public knowledge right here is on our case management system as far as the witness summary and everything. So I am allowed to talk to you about that. The reason that it started in northern California was that was the area where the person, when they submitted it, that's where they lived, I guess, is in Northern California someplace. That's why Dev got this case. Dev found out that it actually took place in Strasburg, North Dakota, so she changed the location of the event, which flagged it towards the North Dakota or the Northland MUFON Chapter, which is why we got it. So it's an ERT case only. It's closed. Dev and this person are talking, and we'll just leave it at that and let them do their thing. Okay, so let's get on to some northern Minnesota cases. This happened in May this year at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Proctor, Minnesota. And again, I'm the investigator on this one as well. The witness says it was a UAP UFO craft about the size of 4 city buses that flew 15 feet directly over my head. So the long narration here says, I was walking along in May in early afternoon, approximately 1 to 2 o'clock in Proctor, Minnesota, along Old Highway 61. There is thick, patchy fog and no other vehicles on this road at the time. From my right, directly in front of me, and about 10 to 15 feet above my head, a UFO, UAP, or craft flew out of the fog and across the road and then back into the thick, patchy fog on the other side of the road. The craft was about the size of 4 city buses stacked together side by side, and it made no sound whatsoever. It was completely silent. It was a triangular shape with the sides opposite to the direction of motion being slightly curved. It was dark gold color, like burnt gold or dark gold, with a reddish tinge is as best as that I can explain. It was there and gone. It moved at a pace that was equal to a car driving under 20 miles an hour. I had started walking on the road at about 1:30-ish. After what seemed like 10 to 15 minutes, this amazing experience, and then when I got to a bus stop and finally got on a bus, it was after 4 p.m. I don't think I was walking for over 2 hours on a 20-minute stretch of road, so I think there might be missing time here as well. Again, like I said, I'm working on this one. I'm currently trying to get a little more information out of the witness, and we'll have an update for you on this one later on. Now, if it gets into experiencer portion of this, I won't be able to talk about that, but I should be able to talk about the sighting if that, once we figure more out about that. Next case happened in September of this year at about 10 o'clock in the evening in St. Louis County. And Jamie is the investigator on this one. You can see the photos here. It looks fairly bright, but it was a full moon that night, so the brightness is understandable. The witness summary, the short one, just says 3 lights forming a triangle. And Jamie is on this one. And Jamie, her relatively short investigator summary, because she does a really good job and does a lot of information, which is what we should be doing on these cases. Jamie's investigator summary reads as follows. Witness was standing at their kitchen sink and looked out the window. The witness saw something that was not normally present. They observed orangish hued orbs or lights in the shape of a triangle in the southern sky outside their home. The 3 lights maintained a consistent triangular shape. They maintained consistent illumination, and there was no blinking, flickering, flashing, or fading. Witness went outside onto the deck and took a photo of the triangle of lights. And in this image, which is this image right here, you can see the 3 lights in the shape of the triangle. It appeared to the witness that the orbs were moving south because they were slowly getting smaller. Again, there was no fluctuations in the light emissions coming from the lights. And they maintained the consistent triangular symmetry seen in the photo and consistent light output. The orbs appear to be more white in the photo, but were actually orangish to the naked eye. The triangle of orbs or lights maintained a consistent formation and appeared to maintain a consistent altitude. The witness heard no sound. After taking the photo and watching for a bit, the witness went inside and went to bed. At the time the witness went inside, they had not moved much or had not gotten much smaller. The witness did not really realize the significance of what they saw until the days after. Due to the fixed positioning of the three lights and the consistent triangular shape that remained unchanged as they slowly moved away from the witness, as well as the witness's statement that the orbs appeared to be below the clouds and she did not think they were coming off of a single object, I'm making the determination that they were part of a formation of objects that were operating in synchronization. Thus, my final disposition for this case is unknown UAV. Now, Jamie had a few more things to talk about. She talked about Chinese lanterns and a few other things that we don't really need to get into, and she did check to see if there's any local aircraft in the area. She was very thorough and did the best she can. So, final disposition of unknown UAV, that sounds about right. Okay, so the next one here is from Glen, Minnesota, and Tom, the Minnesota State Director, MUFON State Director, is on this one. Witness summary just reads a very fast moving object. So let's take a look at this real quick. You will be able to hear it go by as well, and it happens right away. So I will play this a couple of times, and then I will insert the video as well. Let's move it back. And one more time. It happens right away. Okay, so I did do a screenshot on the next slide so that you can see what we're looking at here. This is it right here. It happens at about 0.7 seconds into the video. The narrative reads, my security camera caught an object go by at very high speed, and when you view the video, you will see it at the very beginning. View at 0.68 to 0.7 seconds, and you'll see the object. When you listen closely to the video, you also hear a small boom noise. You can call it a boom noise, you can call it just air disturbance, whatever you want to call it. But anyhow, that is the screenshot of what the witness took. And Tom is on this one, and we'll have an update for you when he finishes it. Okay, this one happened in August of 2025 at about 6:20 in the afternoon up in International Falls. Mark is investigator on this one, and the witness summary just reads, appeared in the photo. Short narrative here was taking pictures of a rainbow, and I didn't see anything with my naked eye. When I looked at the photos, it was on the first photo, but not the second one that was taken immediately after. So you can kind of see it up here in the corner, right here. And the next slide here, we'll have it zoomed in. You can see it a little bit better. Get a good look at that. Take a few seconds to think what that might be. And indeed, it was the light fixture on the wall behind the witness. This happens more often than you think. When you take pictures out windows, you will get back reflections of the things behind you. So obviously, you're not going to see them when you're taking the picture. You'll see it afterwards, and that's why. So we make every effort to make sure that we can see what's going on with that. Okay, UFO man-made object. Well done, Mark. Okay, I believe this is our last one here. This one happened in May of 2023, so it's more of a historical case. It happened at about 22 after 10 p.m. in St. Louis County, and I'm the investigator on this one. The witness summary reads, while flying in a helicopter at approximately 3 a.m., and I understand it says 3 a.m., when in reality it happened at about 10:30-ish, 10:20-ish, right around there. I got that number from when I was digging into the case. and I found the actual flight this person is talking about. So we were able to kind of do some triangulation with times and figure it out. So anyhow, we'll just get back to this. Witness summary. Flying in a helicopter at approximately 3 a.m. along the north shore of Minnesota during northern light activity at approximately 2,000 feet above the ground. Under night vision goggles, a shooting star-like light traveled over Lake Superior towards the north shore. I asked the pilot if they saw the shooting star, and they replied, "Do you mean that bright light that's now hovering with the three lights shaped like a triangle?" I agreed with that observation, and the object remained hovering over the shore, which looked to be about 15 miles away. However, the object was not visible without the night vision goggles. The object then became increasingly distant, traveling northeast towards Canada, and was no longer in view within seconds under the night vision goggles. So, it says here it's in progress, but actually I have completed this one. And so this person here was a flight medic, up in the front seat, left seat of a EMS helicopter. The pilot flying in the right seat. They both saw the same thing come in. Like I said, the medic thought it was 3 a.m., but then we dug in and found the flight itself, and it actually happened about 10:22 in the evening, right around there. And in May at 10:30 at night, it's dark up here. The pilot actually thought it was probably about 20 miles ahead of him. So 15 miles, 20 miles, that's pretty close. They both agreed on the size of the object, which is about the size of a pea from top to bottom on the object, held at arm's length. The medic thought they could see some structure. The pilot didn't see any structure at all. They sat and watched it, talked about it for about 5-10 minutes, trying to figure out what it could be. Maybe it was an aircraft coming towards them with the landing lights and the nose light on, but that wasn't the case. All of a sudden, the object started to appear to get a little bit smaller, and then all of a sudden just shot off and was gone. And the whole thing lasted maybe 5 to 10 minutes, give or take. But it's very interesting. Now, interesting to note here, they weren't able to see it naked eye, but they were able to see it under the night vision goggles. So we got a couple of things that's going on here. The normal vision for human beings is about 350-ish nanometers to about 700 nanometers in the electromagnetic spectrum. That's what the human eye can perceive. The night vision goggles, which in this case were white phosphorus night vision goggles, they can see anywhere from about 400 nanometers up to about 1,000 nanometers. So there's a little bit of a difference. So, between 700 nanometers and 1,000 nanometers is where the night vision goggles can see stuff that the naked eye cannot. So you're able to pick stuff up in that wavelength. So was this craft operating in that wavelength? I don't know. There was a nurse in the back seat at this in the cabin. She was able to see up front, but she wasn't able to see the object at all. And I don't think she had on her goggles at that point. She didn't need them on yet. So we looked into this a little bit. I talked to all three of the crewmen. I find them respectable and very trustworthy and honest. And I believe what they saw was an unknown UAV. So this one is closed as an unknown UAV. And that's what's going on the Northland. So thanks for being with us today. Please hit that like, please hit that subscribe. If you've seen anything strange up in the skies, let us know below. Let's talk about it. Have you ever thought about becoming a MUFON field investigator? Well, now is the perfect time to get involved. Here's how it works. Start by visiting MUFON.com. That's MUFON.com, and become a member. Once you're signed up, you'll be able to purchase the official Field Investigator Manual. Study the manual at your own pace, then take the online test. Once you pass, you'll be paired with a mentor, an experienced investigator who will guide you every step of the way. And remember, you'll never investigate alone. MUFON is a team, and we're always supporting each other as we search for the truth about UFOs. So if you ever wanted to make a real difference in the world of UFO research, this is your chance. Visit MUFON.com and get started today.